Ash, your hyperfixated finance bestie, and today let's talk about what I miss versus what I don't within my budget. Before I got laid off last year, I was making over six figures and was pretty comfortable. I was able to save, invest, and also have some extra spending money in my life to have some little luxuries. I do think though that lifestyle creep was starting to get to me a little bit, so getting laid off definitely was helpful in really taking a look at what I really needed in my budget versus what I didn't. Let's start off first with the things that I don't really miss. The first thing being my workout classes. I got diagnosed with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos last year, and so I was kind of scared to get back into lifting after hurting myself a few times in the past, but as a result, I was spending monthly on ClassPass, and so I was doing things like heated mat Pilates and yoga and things of that sort. That was one of the first things to go. When I got laid off, I had a perfectly fine gym at my apartment that cost me $0, so saved over $100 a month through that and was able to start lifting again and actually be mindful in that practice, and it's helped a lot with alleviating some of my symptoms. The second thing that I don't miss is my Amex Platinum. It was a $800 annual fee and I think went up again when I was going to renew. There's a lot of really cool perks to it for sure, but I used all of my welcome bonus points and really don't miss having to spend that much on an annual fee. I have other credit cards that I still get some perks out of that are much lower in their annual fees. And last but not least, I used to spend a lot more on like coffee and eating out, but I've been trying to cook more at home and be a little more intentional around the types of foods that I'm eating, so that is the last thing that I don't miss. Let's move into what I actually do miss. Like I mentioned before, I have hypermobility issues, and as a result, I think my muscles sometimes have to make up for my loosey-goosey joints, and so I had a monthly massage membership, and I miss that so dearly. I am always super tight, and I have a massage gun, but it can only do so much. Definitely something that if I get a full-time job here anytime soon, I would love to add back into my budget because it was just that helpful for me and my body. Last thing that I really truly dearly miss is my skincare. I'm not a big makeup girly. I love skincare down. I used to spend a bunch of money on medical grade skincare, and that was definitely one of the big things I had to cut out of my budget because it was quite expensive, super effective, but definitely not something that my budget could keep up with. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job with my drugstore skincare right now, but it just doesn't quite hit the same as what my medical grade stuff did. And also I cut out any facials and treatments and things of that sort that I was doing, but God, do I miss those facials. It's still a treat that I'll do for myself every now and again, but I was doing those monthly back in the day. I think the takeaway here is that you don't really have to cut everything out of your budget. Do you think it was really helpful for me to be able to go through that audit and see